Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. My good friend Annette Monks, she is here in the house. She's with a great company, Carlton Staffing, and the president of that organization. And we have just loved so much, first of all, you being a part of our team and bringing great information on helping businesses take their company to the next level and really focus on their core interests, which really isn't the stuff that you guys do. Let's face it. You know, you help people so much in that arena. But in addition to that, to the great guests that you're bringing and the content that's providing, kind of give us a little information about Carlton Staffing and then introduce us to your guest today, which I think promises to be a great one.
Thank you so much. Well, Carlton Staffing is a full-service placement firm, and we place people in temp to hire, and direct hire positions, really in any capacity in an office and any capacity out in the warehouse, including skilled trades. And we also have a division called Carl Tech that places engineering and IT professionals.
So you've got it all covered, and it's extraordinary what you do. Talk about your guest today. She sounds like she's going to be an awesome one.
Yeah, I'm very excited to introduce you to Dr. Melanie Johnson. She's the president and CEO of the Health Museum.
Dr. Johnson, welcome. What kind of doctor are you, by the way?
Doctor of Education.
Doctor of Education.
Yes.
Well, we're glad to have you. Kind of give us the elevator speech on the Health Museum.
Well, the Health Museum is a fantastic place. We like to consider ourselves the heartbeat of Houston because we're located right in the heart of the Houston Museum District. And we focus primarily on the health and human body and its systems. It's a fantastic exhibit. We have the permanent exhibits include Amazing Body Pavilion and You, the exhibit. And we often have traveling exhibits throughout the year.
Sounds awesome. It's been a while since I've been, but every time I've gone, I find it to be an extraordinary place. It's like, wow, so much information in one place. It's just, I kind of geek out in that kind of environment.
It's a place where geeks are cool, and we're very, very excited about the fact that you can geek out there. We have our latest exhibit, which is our microbiology lab. It's called the DeBakey Cell Lab. And it's a really cool, geeky place because you can extract DNA, you can look at cheek cells, and all kinds of microbiology types of experiments are done there.
Awesome. Annette?
So, Melanie, when I first heard of the Health Museum, and this was when I met you recently, I thought to myself, I didn't even know we had a health museum, which I was embarrassed about. And then I asked you, well, does every big city have a health museum? And you said no. And so if you don't mind, if you could share a little bit about the history of why we have the Health Museum here and how long it's been here, I'd love that.
Yes. It seems to be a natural fit because we have the world's largest medical center, Texas Medical Center. However, the Health Museum was the project that was spawned out of the polio campaign back in the 60s. So there was so much need for vaccination in the Houston area. And the great Houston community, as they always do, rallied around and gave so much support financially to that campaign that there was a spillover, and the doctors decided, why don't we continue to tell the story about the health and human body and develop the Health Museum? We were housed off of one arm of Houston Museum of Natural Science, and then we decided to become our own entity, and it's been phenomenal growth ever since. So we've been in existence for 20 years so far as the Health Museum proper, and continuing to grow with capital campaigns and with exhibits, and new programming all the time.
Yeah, one of the things that's awesome about Houston is I think probably the largest, if not one of the largest, if not the largest, in terms of per square footage for museum space of any museum west of the Mississippi River, very similar to the theater district being the largest in that area. Houston's an incredibly cultured town. I think it would shock people. It kind of has a blue-collar reputation, which is true as well. I call Houston the largest small town in the country. Everyone knows everybody, but so you all better behave. But I love this fact about Houston. How unique is a health museum, for a city?
Sure. Indeed, it is very unique because it's a one of a kind. There are no standalone, fully operating health museums in the country other than the one on the Mall, which is basically a historical museum about American warfare. This one specifically deals with the human body and its systems and all the things that I encounter. And we tell that story in a unique way because people tend to think that the body is something I walk around with every single day, and what's unique about that, other than the fact that I may get ill at one point or another, and that's when they tend to focus on the body. But so we tell that story in an interesting way that makes you proactive and encourages you to do preventative medicine.
When you say the mall, you mean Smithsonian in Washington, D.C.?
Yes, it's very close, right on right in
sort
front
of part
of
of the
the
Smithsonian
Capitol.
family.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Annette?
So if my husband and I on a Saturday wanted to come by the Health Museum, what could we expect to experience there that we would not experience at, let's say, the Museum of Natural Science, which I guess you used to be an arm of, but now you're standalone?
Yes, it is extraordinarily hands-on. It is the place to see yourself as a medical professional. You get to suit up in a lab coat, goggles, go into the Bakey cell lab, get your hands messy. I mean, literally, look at swabs of blood and under the microscope, look at everything from a microbial level, as well as walk through an amazing giant human body organ or system, and look at all of the ways that the body is impacted by the environment and the ways that we can improve our health. And then we have what's called You, the exhibit, which is the conceptual you. It's somewhat abstract because it talks about how your culture impacts who you are and how your community impacts who you are. And that's what makes us different, because we're not necessarily a museum that deals with all sciences in that regard as the Museum of Natural Science. We are the museum that deals primarily with the health and human body.
By the way, it's thehealthmuseum.org, and Annette is over at carltonstaffing.com. Annette, your next question.
Actually, so you have so many neat things going on right now. What's on the horizon? What are some things that you're looking for in the future?
I'm very glad you asked that, because we've had a bit of a brand identity crisis, actually, being in close proximity to the Children's Museum. And oftentimes people think that we are designed just for children. So on the horizon for the Health Museum, we're growing up. We will have our 21st anniversary in about a year. And we'll be full grown, and we will have lots of attractions and experiments and experiences for adults. And we're very excited about that. So we have an ongoing capital campaign right now to be able to fulfill the Houston community in a way that it really, really needs to be fulfilled.
Yeah, very good stuff. Annette, why don't you wrap it up with your final thoughts?
Well, just how can we get involved? How can we help, with the cause that you have right now with the capital campaign maybe, or you just tell me, how can we help?
Yes, the Health Museum is a necessary entity for the Houston community, especially with so many dismal results in terms of our health and wellness in this community, in terms of health care and just obesity rates and you name it, especially childhood obesity. So thehealthmuseum.org is our website, and you can go there and donate to the capital campaign, donate to children's scholarships, because we deal with children all over the Houston area as well as all over the globe in our annual GT conference, as well as school programs, and we have winter and holiday camps as well. So we'd love to have everyone get involved, because it is a Houston community necessity.
Dr. Melanie Johnson, she is with the Health Museum. That's thehealthmuseum.org. And Annette Monks, she's a regular contributor on The Price of Business, carltonstaffing.com. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great job as usual, Annette. And when we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. And this is The Price of Business.